Hey, guess what, guys? I've been on BookTube for a year. I think yesterday, the 2nd, was my anniversary and my first video that went up. So this video is a call out for Q&A questions. I figured why not, everybody else does it on some BookTube anniversary, birthday, subscriber count. Thought it would be fun. Oh, and Steve Donahue, I have not received my daily Voxer or my rice cooker recipe of the month card yet. You're slipping. Hi BookTube, it's Kim at Middle of the Book March. This is my 1-year anniversary Q&A announcement, call out. I'm looking for questions. I've been on BookTube a year now, since December 2nd. I think that was when I posted my first video, which is cringeworthy and so embarrassing when I look back and I watched my early videos. Oh my gosh, it was so embarrassing. But I did it, and I've been here a year, and I'm finally comfortable and having fun. So I thought I would announce a Q&A. And if you are at all interested in learning anything more about me, or have some burning questions that you've been dying to get answers to, or if you're simply like readers of the National Enquirer and just have to know, what's that slogan they used to have? I don't even remember. I don't remember. Maybe I'll find it and I'll put it in text in the snip of the picture. I don't know. So let me know. Ask me some questions in the comments below. If you want to know anything bookish related, write me a comment. If you want to ask me any other questions about any other thing, write a comment. If you'd like to ask a question, please use this video and the comment feed below to ask your questions. If you send me questions in any other social media format or anything else, I may not see it, I may not get to it. So please use this video to ask your questions of any sort, and I will put them together and probably do a response video in another week or so. So send me some questions and I'll be on the lookout. Really quick, what have I learned from the last year on BookTube? Let's see. Number 1, I really can spend a boatload of money on books. It's wicked easy. My budget's taken a fair hit. However, I've discovered so many ways to acquire books that I didn't know before. Number 1 is library sales. I am besotted. Is that a word? Besotted? I am giddy when I find library sales, and the past year has been spectacular for library sales. Since March, not so much. I've been to one that only opened after the first 6 months, so it was only probably a couple of months ago that they had their first one. And they only allowed 5 people in at a time, blah, 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 masks, gloves, all that stuff. So that's been it. I was supposed to go to a great big one at the end of March, which got canceled. And I was so sad because that's one of my favorite ones throughout the year. Number 2, what's the second thing I've learned from being on BookTube? I learned about Book Outlet. Whatever controversy you've heard about Book Outlet, or however you feel about ordering books online, that's fine, that's okay. I happen to love them. I love the selection and the prices. At first, I was really going crazy on Book Outlet, and I've slowed that way down. I've been really happy with the classics I've been able to find on that website. And that is a good segue for point number 3 of what I've learned in the last year on BookTube, is how much I love classics. I now have a whole top row of my bookshelves of just classics, and I couldn't be happier. I started to collect them at library sales as well, and I love them. I love reading older literature and reading the books that newer books pull from, and that there are so many retellings and reimaginings and continuations of classic books, and it's been so much fun to discover that. Number 4 of what I've learned on BookTube, I discovered George Eliot. I am continuing with my adoration of George Eliot next year with Alba from Seriella, and we're going to read through the remainder of George Eliot's novels. We read Middlemarch and Daniel Deronda this year. I've also ordered several other supplementary books, all nonfiction, about George Eliot and her life and her biography, her loves, her opinions on Judaism. I ordered Rebecca Mead's book, My Life in Middlemarch. I think my year in Middlemarch. I'll post a picture. I haven't received the book yet. What else have I learned? Number 5 of the things I've learned by being on BookTube for a year. BookTube people are the best. Other BookTubers and subscribers and commenters, just such wonderful people, so much fun, so genuine, so transparent, so welcoming. I have made friends from BookTube, and I am an introverted person. I love being introverted. I love being home. I love being alone. But I've met so many BookTube people that I love it. I just love talking to you, and I love just the varieties of opinions and reading tastes and all of it. It's just been awesome to get to know everybody. What's another thing? There's got to be a million things. Just how fun this is. This is so much fun. It's so much fun talking about books with people who love books. I've been in a book group for a long time, but outside of that, I don't know anybody who reads like this, and I don't know anybody who's as goofy, happy about talking about books. So it's been an epiphany, and I'm having so much fun here. And what else? I stopped the numbering system because I forgot what number I was on. Let's see. I've discovered books I never would have discovered on my own, and I discover a lot of books, but I never would have picked up on or gone in search of certain books. And it's been fantastic because I have read some amazing fiction, nonfiction, memoirs, romance. I got back into romance, and it's so fun. And all of it, I mean, just the discoveries from talking to other people and from paying attention. I discovered other books on Goodreads before and online with recommendations. I looked up book review websites and blogs and magazines. But to be honest, BookTube is one of the best ways to find books, to find new releases and older books that I may have even already owned that I got to. I finally read Seabiscuit at the beginning this year, and I've had that book forever. Loved it. One of my favorite books of the year. Why hadn't I read it until? I don't know. But I finally was moved to read it and just absolutely loved it. What else? I think that's about it. I mean, like I said, there's so many other things that I've learned, that I've gotten to know about myself. I've become much more discerning in my reading. I've actually learned more about myself by being on BookTube. I know now which books I'm going to love. I know which ones, even the new releases, that it's like, I'm not even going to bother. And I've come to discover that it's okay to bail on books. I learned that from we all know who. And I love doing it because it frees up so much time and lets go of the guilt of, I'm going to hurt the book's feelings. I've said this before. It's not Toy Story. Books don't have feelings. So it's okay to let them go. It's okay to DNF them and move on to something that I know I'm going to love. I could sit here and think of some more, but I'm not going to do that because this is actually a video asking for questions, of which I will give you answers to. So let's have fun with this, and I hope that you all respond in the comments, and I want to make this as fun as possible, and I want to really enjoy this process and maybe help you all get to know me a little bit better. I would love to do that. So write a comment down below, ask me a question down below. I'll make sure I gather them all here. And that's about it. Steve Donahue is a complete enigma. Who would have known he was out there without BookTube? So thanks everybody. Let's have fun with this. Write a comment down below. I've said it about 50 times. Please use this video to ask your questions, and I will gather everything and get them all back in a very short amount of time. Thanks so much for sticking with me for a year. Thank you everybody for subscribing during the year, For the new subscribers that have just come on board, welcome to my channel. Thanks for being here. You all have been so wonderful and gracious and sweet in the comments. So I really am grateful for all that. This really is a hobby, but it's wonderful to have gathered so many people that love books as much as I do. So thank you all very much for that. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.